tried to do a live a few days ago, but YouTube kicked me off, TikTok kicked me off. It was only able to do it on Facebook. Had one viewer there. And so this is my test to see if any viewers pop up here on YouTube. And so I want to start off with a little story because I lost a deal in a situation where I feel like I would have served the customer better in a situation where they would have bought from us instead of a different location. So what happened was that a customer reached out to me and one of our sister stores, the sister store over in Albany, and she lives closer to me here in Maine. But for some reason she didn't pick up with me, but she picked up the phone with them, and then from that point shut us out of it. And then what ended up happening was she purchased a unit from Albany, never seeing it before, but then she's taking up delivery out of Nashua, which is pretty close to where we are here. So whether it's purchased from us or her local dealer or from Nashua, which is still a step closer, there was no need to, do the weird thing, which is to buy it from Albany and then pick up from Nashua, and then she's not actually purchasing from the dealership that she's buying it from, that she's picking it up from. So basically I want to lay this out for everybody, which is I'm at Airstream of Maine. Airstream of Maine is a Blue Compass company. Blue Compass has the world's best transfer program with inventory. And so any new Airstream that you could possibly want, whether I have it here in my lot right now, ideally that's how it is, but we only have like 10 new units here, although we do have the largest indoor showroom of any Airstream facility on the East Coast. We have about 10 new ones on the ground right now. We're ramping up inventory. But even if we don't have what you want on our lot, we could transfer it in from another dealership. So we have 102 stores, 12 of them are Airstream dealerships. We could transfer in Airstream for any Airstream dealership, or of course we could place the order and get it directly in from the factory. On top of this, so that's if you're local to us, like that's amazing. But then also, if you live anywhere in the country and you saw a walk around that I did and you liked it, you can still buy from me and from us if you like what we bring to the table. So what you could do is pick a unit that you like, give me a deposit in the credit app, we'll work out the financing, we'll have you sign the papers, and then you can pick up from any Blue Compass that sells Airstreams if it's new across the country. But if you're buying pre-owned, it doesn't have to be an Airstream. And it doesn't have to be at an Airstream dealer. What was that?
One watcher.
Awesome. Welcome, watcher. Thank you for coming. So when you buy from us, you can pick up from any of our 102 locations if it's pre-owned in particular. So if you're in Utah, you can pick up from the Utah dealership. If you're in California, pick up from the California dealership. But then all across New England, we also obviously have you covered here in Maine. So with that being said, I told you all about the ways that you could buy from us at Airstream of Maine. But what I want to do right now is I just want to give you a walk around on the Classic while I have you here. So this is an Airstream Classic. This is the 30-footer. It is the most popular floor plan for the Classic. I'm going to start at the front, walk around the entire thing, and just kind of go over some of the features in a little bit more detail than I would in a YouTube video, only because the videos I like to be sort of fast and high paced, but here I can slow down in case there's any questions that anybody has, so that I can go back to whatever questions that you have. So let's go to the front unit and we'll start with some of the things up front. First thing I always like to point out is the rock guard. The rock guard is a feature that you're going to have everything from the Caravelle up. So Caravelle, Flying Cloud, Globetrotter, Tradewind, all of that, all the way up to the Classic. You always get the rock guard. The rock guard is made of stainless steel, so it's going to be a harder metal than the aluminum on the outside. This, if it gets damaged, it's going to be easier to replace as well. It's just going to be some screws on the side to replace the rock guard, compared to having to replace an entire panel and re-rivet the whole thing in. This is going to be significantly better than not having the rock guard. Let's go around this way first. The Classic is going to have an automatic awning. That's something they're going to get on the Internationals on up. And it does have some special features in the awning, like you can tilt it one way or the other with the buttons in there all alone. And so one of the best awnings in the industry. If you look at the mechanics of this compared to the mechanics of a different 12-volt awning, it's very impressive what they do with the Airstreams. They also use a sunbrella material, so a very nice awning material too. It's not the type where You know, a lot of other awnings, they'll be all white underneath, and it'll get moldy and it'll get stained. This umbrella actually has a mold resistant sort of material, and so you're not going to get those ugly stains like you would on the other awnings. Other things up front, you have the Airstream steps here, and just to demonstrate in case you haven't seen the Airstream steps, I love the mechanism here because it's not like you're going to like have something electric that breaks, and then the other type that you see often is type that flips all the way in. But the primary thing that you always see with those is that those will always get dirt on the inside. Here, obviously, you're not flipping anything in, so you're not going to get any excess dirt on the inside of your unit. And just a really elegant design, which is what Airstream is known for, and they're going to bring that elegant design into every detail, including the steps. The key with all Airstreams is the bank vault style door. So you gotta slam it. You can slam it just like that. If you try to slam it with a different sort of door, like the most common style door, it'll just bounce right off. A lot of times you get new ones from the factory, you gotta lean on it and press it and jiggle it in. Ryan, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
So these are really nice doors. You can see everything that goes into this, like this mechanism here. How many there? This is a welded door as well.
You got it.
And then also you can see just these hinges. I mean, that's an incredible hinge. There's so much that goes into the door here, and that's something that you're not going to see on the other brands. This is a classic. The MSRP is around $195,000. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you what the best price is, so just message me privately if you want a price. Needless to say, we'll give you a discount from that. This does light up blue usually. I don't know what the button is, but yeah, well, that does light up blue real nice. And you got I don't know if you can hear that, but you got the doorbell on this too. So hopefully you can hear that. You don't get a doorbell on the other ones. So come on down. You got the dual axle. One of the key things about the classics and all the Airstreams is that they're the best for towing for any other unit. There's a lot of reasons for that. One, you can see it's got the low center of gravity. You can see that they're bringing everything down as low as possible, where the floor is just above the wheels, and then it goes down beyond that. Other units, everything sits up significantly above the axles, and that makes it so it's taller, so you can't get into garages. This is just about 10 feet tall, so you can get this into most garages, at least any like commercial garage. But then also, the lower center of gravity makes it easier to tow. You can imagine if you're towing down the road and you go over a curve, if it's a higher center of gravity, that's going to be more topsy-turvy, and it's not going to be as grounded around that turn. So the low center of gravity is one thing for towing. The second thing, obviously, you see the shape. This is the shape of an airplane, shape of a submarine. It's the shape of things that are aerodynamic in general, things that have to be. And so you're going to minimize your cost due to the drag. So fuel expense is going to be lower for a comparable unit. But then also the shape of it, the units the RVs that have the flat walls will act like a sail, and you can have the tail wagging the dog. When you have, even with sway bars on those units, you're still going to have sway. I've trailered those before, and I've experienced the sway on those before. These have significantly less sway because the air can more so just go right over the side when you're traveling the highway in Kansas, and you get the high winds coming through. So great for towing. That's why people buy the classics. People will buy the classics because they want to be full-time on the road, extended periods of time, living in like a high-end luxury hotel. It almost has like the feeling of the inside of something more like a luxury jet or something, like a private jet. Standard on these is the awning package. So you obviously have the electric awning on the side there, but then also you have these little manual awnings around. And this is really going to minimize the amount of solar radiation that can make its way into your camper. And so on average, on a super hot day, you can minimize your temperature by about 10 degrees. So you keep it about 10 degrees cooler, pound for pound, than if you didn't have these. And the thing about it is the greenhouse effect. You know, the solar radiation coming in through your windows, you know, you're blocking all that out. The heat gets absorbed by the awning, and guess what? It just radiates out right there. It's not making its way all the way into your camper. I think this is locked, right? Oh no, it's open. Great, so you can see the storage areas too. Storage is a commodity. You can see underneath here, you have actually a lot of storage. So that's one of the key things with Airstreams. Where to put all my stuff? You got a lot of opportunity. You can fold up an outdoor rug and put it in there if you want them to. So lots of storage area there. You also get standard this bumper. Everything from the caravel on up, you get the bumper as well. In the bumper, you get a little bit extra storage too. In here, a lot of people end up putting the awning bar, the torque wrenches, the tools. You know, the things that you don't mind to get dirty. Going around to the back side of the unit, I mean, the key thing to look at with the Airstreams too, with all the Airstreams, is the amount of windows. I mean, think about it, all the wraparound windows in the back, the wraparound windows in the front, and then when you go on the back side, you can see just the size of the Airstream windows in general. They're just huge windows, and all of these will open up real big so that you can get a lot of airflow coming through. And you can see you have the awning package on the back side of your Classic as well. You just pull those out, and then you can apply those awnings as well. How many people we got now?
We have one person with one like so far.
Oh, thank you.
We had 7 at one point.
Wow, this is amazing. Thanks for watching. So you got your water connection and your black tank flush down here. The Classic will also give you a little bit of extra storage here too. So it's important, now that I have the time on this live, I can show you all the little parts. A lot of people put little tools there for whatever they need for the back side of their camper. And then you have your black and your gray flush right here, right next to your black tank flush. You have your valves, so really easy access to empty your tanks. You have your freshwater tank. I love that the Airstreams put a little lock on the freshwater tank. You don't want anybody tampering with your stuff. I mean, that would be disastrous. And although like we live in a safe world and that's normally not going to happen, it's best to be safe. They always do the smart plugs, the Airstreams, and so this is super easy to take on and take off. You know, this takes me all of a half of a second to do that. Whereas if I had the other type of plugs, I'd have to twist it, and then to get it back on, it doesn't always line up right. It's a pain in the butt. And also 27 times more metal-to-metal contact. Ryan, can you remind me about the, it has Starlink capability, right?
You got it. So it does have a data Ethernet port on the outside of the unit, which will allow you to put in Starlink. So if you want to do off-grid, this is a great unit for that.
Wow, so is that it there?
That's it right there.
Okay, awesome. So we have Starlink Prep, and so that means that, you know, it is a monthly fee from Starlink, but with that, you do have, hey guys, you do have unlimited internet, as long as you don't have anything. I think you can't have trees covering you, something like that, but really you can go to those super remote spots that you wouldn't be able to get anything anyplace else. You don't have cell phone service, no problem with Starlink. So this is pretty prepped.
So you can carry your own water, you have solar on the roof, you have internet. What else more do you need?
That's right. Yeah, those 300 watts of solar are important to bring up. And on top of that, we always, they do come standard actually with that lithium ion battery too. And that battery itself has a 10-year warranty too. And so off-grid capabilities galore. Here's your exhaust for your hot water heat. The Classic is the one Airstream travel trailer that does have hydronic heating. That's heat and hot water, right, Ryan?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's great. And then just for the 2025s, they put in this here. If you go and look at this side of it, this is your sway mitigation controller. And so we did, it was an amazing video that I saw at Airstream's factory where they tested this out. It was on an airstrip, and so there's plenty of space to mess around. They intentionally made the Classic swerve. One was the 2024 that didn't have this, and then the 2025 that did have this. And the difference was insane. It somehow adjusted the brakes such that it sort of recalibrated it to start going straight, even in a sway condition, whereas the 2024 just kept whipping back and forth. So this is huge for safety. It's huge in those high wind environments, even though this is already the best towable 30-footer on the market in terms of towability. This just brings it to a whole new level. And so it's amazing that they put that on the 2025s. In the front here, you have the two 30-pound propane tanks that are underneath this aluminum cover. And the cover is really nice because it gives you that Airstream look and feel all throughout. It doesn't look cheesy like those black plastic things that you get from other brands. And then it's super easy to access too. You just pull this up, and then you can see where the propane tanks are, complete with the propane gauges. And then the valve, you can switch it right there. So that valve there is how you switch it from one tank to the other. And you can see exactly how full your propane tanks are, which I love. Power tongue jack let's see. Yep. Not quite as loud as some of the other real super noisy brands, and also super powerful. And you also have the level bubble right on the top. I actually learned about this yesterday. I was embarrassed because I didn't already know. But so that makes so you don't need to bring your level with you. Put that in the center, and that means that the whole unit is all leveled out. And then down here you have your lithium battery case. So that's a metal battery box, and there is lithium in there right now. And then in here, you can't miss this. This is the solar port. And so if you want to bring your own solar for a little bit of extra solar capability, you can add a solar panel on the side. Make sure it has a solar controller in there. You get the panel that has a controller, because I just heard from the rep that the controller that's in here isn't capable of more. And so when you get one, make sure it has a controller built in. And right here, the battery box, the battery does have a battery heater in there too. And this window opens real nice too. So that goes up and you just...
Now, Adam, what are these things over the windows?
What was the brand of them? Do you remember the brand?
I don't remember.
I don't remember the brand, but it is a guard. It is a cover for the windows, and it makes it so that it will protect the windows from gravel hitting it. So you have your rock guard here, and then you have your solar guard here. And so all of these things are like your cell phone case protecting your cell phone. I haven't seen an idiot without a cell phone case. Well, I wouldn't like to have an Airstream without one of these covers too. It protects your investment. Everybody wants that. So if there's no questions, no comments in there, right? And about exterior?
Nope, we're good. A window for a window. You got it.
Great. Okay. So we'll head on in, and we'll start to talk about the interior. So first, I just like to look around, because you got to start off with the, ain't she purty? You know, this is nice. This is just really, really nice. This is best in class. Everything about this. It really gives you the sort of look and feel of being in your own private jet. It has similar dimensions of your own private jet, a similar sort of fit and finish of your own private jet. So headed to the back first. Let's see if these work now. They weren't working before. Yeah, still no, huh? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. So we got the theater seats here with our electric power theater seats. If you look close, you'd be able to see that you have little what would you call these? Like
Inlets?
Inlets, yeah.
Inlays?
Yeah, inlays. That's what you call it. Little inlays on both sides. Other brands will do cup holders, so they'll sink down. They look a little bit cheesy. And then also, what if you have a coffee cup that doesn't fit there? I use a lot of mugs, you know, and mugs just wouldn't do. Here you could put any sort of beverage on there, and then you could, you know, drink out of that and have your coffee and watch the TV over there. And then, oh yeah, I keep thinking that flips down. This doesn't flip down on this one because the whole thing does fold flat. Let's see if this is going now. I think I had it second here the other day. Nope, that was still not going. That's okay. So the couch here, why people go for the 30 instead of the 33 footer. The Classic has traditionally come in 2 different floor plans. Recently now there's 3 because they just came out with the 28 footer. As soon as I get one in, I'll give you a video on that too. But this is a 30 footer. People like this because of this couch. So when this button works, let's see if this one works. Nope. What will happen is that you can just have it any position. You can just lean it back a little bit to get more of a lounge sort of feel, or you can go all the way flat with it, and then it turns into a really nice extra bed. Airstreams traditionally don't have the same amount of bunk space, sleeping spaces as other campers, mainly because there's no slides, and they do no slides intentionally. They want these things to last 60, 70 years. 70% of all Airstreams ever built are still on the road today. And so if you have slides, you just can't do that. You can't sort of build with that in mind with slides. And so they limit it to not having slides, which I think is a really wise move. But so here they're getting you a lot of sleeping areas, even without the slides. This turns flat into a bed. The dinette, that flattens out and turns into a bed. And then you obviously got your queen or your twin up front. This one has the queen up front. So lots of extra sleeping spaces. Again, I told you on the outside about the windows, and so the wrap around windows all handmade in the Airstream factory right there. And you have window here, window there. The little port windows up top, one on each side of the window on this side. And then I want to show you how the windows open too, because it's really easy. You turn these down, and that goes out. and then that goes into a little latch there. Nothing automatic, nothing that's super easy to break. And so you get that much window space, and of course we have bigger windows throughout too, so you can get a lot of airflow coming through here. While I'm back here looking at the ceiling, you have the aluminum panels all throughout the ceiling. Here you have the max air fan. This umbrella means it has a rain sensor, and so you can turn that on with a switch, and then it'll turn on. But then as the rain starts to hit it, it'll automatically shut the fan off and close itself down, so you don't have to worry about the inside of your camper getting all wet. Headed on to the midship here. Once you get to the classic trim level, you are getting a hardwood cabinetry. So it really is reminiscent of like a nice hotel. They use the same sort of hardware as they use in the other high-end Airstreams. This is just something that is just unmatched in terms of the fit and finish. You can see you have the really nice shades here too. That nice cloth material. Cloth is 100% making a comeback because it really gives you a cozy feel that you don't get with the other sort of materials. You have the dinette here, and you can see they're matching everything. The counter here, the dinette, and then the inlets over there. They all have this same Corian material, solid surface, just really nice. So you have plenty of seating in your dinette. What I'm experiencing right now is an intense degree of comfort. What I love about this back seat is that it's not so firm that I have to sit up straight. I can kind of kick back into this a little bit, and I can really, like if there was somebody across me like you are right now, it'd feel a lot more relaxed to have a conversation. I have these pillows here, and so there's different ways that I can work this dinette. You know, I can really dive deep into comfort. Behind me here is the entertainment center. You can see it's a smart TV. So all the apps that you already use right now, you could use those when you watch TV in your unit. You know, sitting in that dinette, sitting in the couch over there, plenty of spaces you could watch this 32-inch TV from. Then over here, they have a lot of storage in the kitchen area. So this is a really cool one where this door takes up the entire thing, but inside the door, there's this secondary drawer. And then down here, you also have another really deep, big drawer there. Well, let's go through the rest of the storage. Even underneath the sink, they're going above and beyond and putting little drawers in there. That's something that you're not seeing, the attention to detail in some of the other brands. Nice little carpet right there, and in here you have your tank levels, your battery, your freshwater, gray tank, and black tank. They hide that away so you don't have to have those messy looking gauges all over the place. You have your high-end fixture here with your stainless steel sink, and you can see how deep it is. You have, you know, you can imagine like even if you have a lobster pot, like you can wash that dish, you can wash that pot in here, and you have this little extra counter space too. You can see how it's sitting flush compared to where this is. They're taking that into consideration. The design team is really top notch over there at Airstream. More storage up top as well. Okay, you have the 3-burner cooktop, and you can see this is raised up above. This is a Contour branded countertop with the cooktop. 3 different burners, just really a high-end look to it with a nice cast iron above it. Down here, you actually have an oven. This is an oven where you can actually roast something. How hard is it to find a camper where you can actually roast something in the oven? Most ovens out there, if you look at other brands, they're for cookies only, cookies and maybe biscuits. There's just not enough room to do anything else. Here you can actually roast beef, you can roast a chicken. Heck, if the turkey was small enough, you might be able to do a turkey in there too. Again, the cabinetry, the kitchen, everything, they're just going for super high end. You have 2 ACs in the classic, 50 amp supply, and just ducted AC too. I love the duct registers here. You can spin them any direction, and then you can open and close them individually. And so it's just, you can direct the AC to go exactly where you want it to. And again, with the, let's see if we could find an easy one to see. Maybe, we'll wait till the bedroom. Oh, here's one, okay. So this right here is a register for the hydronic heat. I was talking about the hydronic heat outside. The hydronic heat has more of a moist form of heat compared to the dry furnace that you experience. And so some people who have sensitivities in their lungs to that dry heat, a lot of people will go towards the hydronic in that case, so it keeps the similar degree of humidity in the unit. I don't look at the speakers too. The classics are always known for their high-end speakers, and so you could even just look at the shape of these all these Airstreams. They're going to resonate the sound system better than any place else. I was at the show, at the Boston show, and I was in a 33-foot classic, and when it was slow and I wanted to get my energy back up, a lot of times I would just turn that sound system pretty close to full blast and just listen to my music for like 5 minutes, maybe a song, maybe 2 songs, and really just got my energy flowing again. The bass is incredible. The sound is top notch. Just an amazing sound system in these. You got your refrigerator over here and freezer. Plenty big enough size for what you'll be doing. You know, you could fit 4 ice creams and probably at least 30 sandwiches in there. I mean, that's big. You never need to use that many sandwiches. And then you have your cedar lined closet as well. Cedar lined is fantastic for keeping the insects out and even the mice out. Cedar lined is the way to go.
Adam, what are in those boxes?
You got lots of extra goodies in the boxes. You got anything in mind for what's in them?
I think I know what's in them. Are those the special chairs in one of them?
Oh, the bigger one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's talking about this box.
Yes.
I wish I had them out. Maybe I'll finish the live at the end. I'll try to see if there's chairs outside the 33. But you get these amazing chairs. So they're reminiscent of the old style picnic chairs, but they actually use it's like, you know, that woven vinyl sort of material around the metal. But the metal is super heavy and sturdy, and then you have actually a sunbrella material instead of that crappy vinyl going across it, and they're actually insanely comfortable. And so, but they're also light enough to be moved around. These are really nice chairs that you get with every single classic. And I'll have to show you those chairs after we're done with this walk around.
They are something to be seen.
I know, and felt.
Oh, without a doubt.
So you got a little bit extra stuff here for your storage. You got a spice rack / canned good holder, also known as a pantry. And then you got up top as well, a little rack there, maybe for keys, maybe for extra spices or canned goods. Hop into the shower next. I'll just hop right in. So this is a 30-foot classic. Airstreams are not known for the tallest ceilings. If you need a tall ceiling, if you need to shower standing straight up and you're a tall person, you would go into the 33-foot classic. But there's a good seat here too. And so there's enough space for my legs. I can turn the shower on, I can wash my whole body down just like this. And that's what most people do with the classics. Again, many people responded to this video with the objection, what, I can't stand up in the shower for that amount of money. Like I said, if that's important to you, then I recommend the 33-foot classic. Let's see if we can get the lights on. Here we go. Shower light, reading lights, accent lights, ceiling lights.
Wow.
All the lights. Okay, let's go right into the bedroom. Again, you can see all the, I mean, this is just high-end. This is just a high-end bedroom, reminiscent of that private jet. Everything that they do when it comes to even the bedspread, everything that they're doing is just top of the line. Oh, that's nice. And the big thing about this bed is that this bed does tilt. So I can give that a shot and see if it moves. I'll get off just in case that pulls it down. Oh yeah, it's going. Slow and steady wins the race with the bed. There you go. So what's happening is that's coming up. There's a 24-inch TV over there. And the 24-inch TV is easily big enough to be seen from your bed. Then that also moves the end of the bed in a little bit. And so you'll be able to walk around here a little bit easier with that bed tilted up. Lots of ducts in the bedroom. Obviously, that's a key point to be able to stay cool. The amount of windows, obviously, is insane. I'll open this one up for you, too. I opened a smaller one up before.
We had someone ask if there's screens on the windows.
There
of course
is.
There's screens. You just can't really see them
Wow,
right now.
thanks so much for the question. I'm thrilled that we got a question. Not to act desperate or anything, but I'm really happy to get questions. Yeah, I'm going to open it up so you can sort of zoom in on the screen a little bit. So now, Ryan, if you could get a little bit closer there. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. There we go. You can hear that.
Yep.
So you got the screens and the windows, and of course you can see they open beyond a 45-degree angle. So there's just a lot of airflow that can come in, and those screens obviously there to protect you as well. You got the Corian countertops, which match the dinette, they match the inlet, they match the countertop, they match everything. And so they're doing everything they can to match everywhere. Again, that really high-end feel, you got to do these things to do that. You got a nightstand, you got the USB plugs, your standard plugs there. So if you have a, what's that called when you go to sleep? The
CPAP.
CPAP. If you have a CPAP, you can put that there, put it on that side, plenty of space. Some of the other brands you see with their bedrooms, they just try to pack in so much storage, like cabinets and such, that you just lose all of the extra space just to have space. And so they're not jam-packing this filled with stuff, so you still have kind of an open feel. Like they're not blocking off this window with more cabinets dropping down there, and so you're getting that open feel in terms of the space, but it also feels a lot more open because there's just an incredible amount of window space. I can't say it enough what the windows do to the living space of the RV. They just open it up so much, and like, why do people go camping? A lot of times is connection with nature, connection with the outdoors, getting out there, feeling like you're not cooped up. This has, especially when this is outside, say at a beach or in the mountains or in the forest, wherever, this does not feel like you're being cooped up. This feels like you're in a high-end jet and you're looking at this amazing window of your high-end jet. You saw on that side you had the bed up and down. You could also do the bed up and down from right here too, so you don't have to stand up to move the bed up and down. Cabinets down below. If I go to this side, same thing, USBs, plugs, storage, and again that hydronic heat, that's on both sides in the bedroom. They're really evenly spread out throughout. If you look at other campers, there might be like 3, 4, 5 little outlets for the ducts. Here, the entire unit, similar to like baseboard in a house, the entire unit is just evenly dispersed with all this heat, which makes it so that you have even heating, but then also that sort of that relatively not dry, that relatively moist style of heat. We haven't gone to the bathroom yet, so let's go into the bathroom. Excuse me, Ryan.
No worries.
Let's see. We're over here. Bedroom lights. Fan, tank use. Okay, so that's the light. And so, sitting down, obviously this was one position that you're going to be in the bathroom. Plenty of space for my legs, even if that door is shut. They're doing a great job with the cabinetry. I mean, look at this. If you put the cabinetry out, and it's just, it stops at the perfect point, so I'm not being touched. And if this was a drawer, it wouldn't really work. So they thought about it, you know? You have the counter space starting here and going all the way around, so they're not stopping that prematurely anywhere. You're getting extra cabinet space here in the bathroom, and that's pretty deep right there too. And then you also get a little bit extra cabinet space here, and you can see there's little inlets there to maybe hang little towels and whatnot. Not littering the outside of your unit with those extra things, not littering the outside of the aesthetics of your bathroom. You can tuck those away and still have that high-end look. You have a little port window here. You can slide shut if you want to. More storage up top. Here you have your heated towel bar, which you have in all of your classics. Always nice to have that. And then you have your huge window here. So this acts like a full body mirror, not window, mirror. And so I can see all the way down to my shoes. I can see my entire body. And so if I want to make sure I look good before I leave for the day, this mirror can help me do that. So that's pretty much it for this unit. A couple more things. Skylight there, and that does close up in case you wanted to do all the lights out there.
If you guys hear popping as we're walking, that's just the plastic on the floor. It's done intentionally so you don't hurt your floor. So if you hear popping, that's what it is. We're just trying to protect the floor for the next customer. And you'll notice the floor material. It's like a texture.
Yeah, that's a cross-woven vinyl. It's the same texture and the same material they use in the high-end yacht industry. And so they borrow the material from the yacht industry to be, it's waterproof. The cross-woven is the strongest style of construction for vinyl. And so they're just making something that's going to last forever, and also easy to clean too. So a lot of reasons to love that floor.
Well, speaking of the floor, how much wood is in this floor?
There's no wood in the floor. What are you talking about?
Well,
so ever since 2020, Airstream, when they changed the new factory, they're now doing all composite floors. And if you're curious about what a composite floor is, I have a sample up there. Just ask me in the comments and I'll grab you a piece to show you. But it's a nice thick piece of composite. And why it's important for it to be thick like that is it's a material, it's, you know, made by, you know, petroleum-based products, thick, but you can bite screws into it nicely. It's not like a thin composite like Asdel on the walls, which is like paper thin. This is thick, and so it's sturdy, strong, and then also screws can bite in, so that everything is going to be super stable and secure, so that it's not going to be sort of you know, bouncing out as you're traveling down the road. In fact, it's even thicker than the wood floor would have been if you were to get a wood floor. And so huge advantages over the wood floor. But the biggest thing though, of course, is that God forbid, you know, water doesn't get into your camper, but things do happen. It's not going to rot. You can't rot composite. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, how many 2019 Bambis have we got in where, you know, the gas fridge had some problems and it leaked and there's a soft spot in the floor? You're not going to get a soft floor in a composite floor. I don't see how it'd be possible. The water is not going to rot it. Okay, so just so I don't forget, we are going to take a look at those chairs. Let's go to the Classic 33.
Yeah. Adam, how big is our indoor showroom?
Our indoor showroom is a 20,000 square foot indoor facility. And so the reason I'm able to do this right now in a winter in Maine is because we have the largest indoor showroom of Airstreams on the East Coast. So I'm in a polo, I'm in a t-shirt. That's how comfortable I am. In fact, I'm a little warm. I gotta turn the heat down a little bit. We have a radiant heated floor, and now my feet are getting a little sweaty. But that's good. That's good. I'd rather have that than the alternative, which is having to be bundled up here in Maine winter. And so that's why if you wanted to see any airship, if you want to see a Bambi, a Caravel, International, Tradewind, Globetrotter, Classic, Base Camp, you want to see anything, you want to see Hatch, I can show you literally any feature on any Airstream here in a live chat, in a video, in a short, in any form that you want. And so I'm just going to take a look at the Classic 33 to see if this is where those chairs are. But also show you around a little bit too on that. Why not? Do you have anybody watching right now?
Nope.
Perfect.
This one might not be plugged in.
Just for me. Okay, I'm not seeing the chairs anyhow.
They should be stored away, probably in the bathroom closet.
Not seeing them here either. All right, we can't find it. But anyway, this is the Classic 33. I guess it's not plugged in, otherwise I'll show it to you. But very similar in terms of the features of the Classic 30. The big difference is that it has that huge rear bathroom. The huge rear bathroom so that you can stand up in the shower, even somebody of my size, and have plenty of space all around me.
Has a heated floor too.
Heated floor in the shower.
Can't beat that.
Floor. That's amazing. Anything else that should be pointed out, Ryan?
I should do it.
Okay, well, this is my first live, so let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Take care.